Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian, and if you're new here, I am an online clothing reseller and I resell clothing on apps like Poshmark and eBay and Depop and Mercari. My main two are Poshmark and Depop, but today I just got finished taking photos of some new inventory, some new t-shirts I just tie-dyed, and a couple things I picked up at the thrift store this last week. And so now I'm just having my coffee and my little angel mug. Anyway, I wanted to make a video today to talk about sourcing online. And for the last few months, thrift stores have been closed down, and as well as other stores where I might traditionally do retail arbitrage like TJ Maxx and Kohl's. So I've had to get more creative than ever in how I've been sourcing inventory, and I have been sourcing I've been sourcing online. So there's definitely some benefits. There's definitely some benefits and some negative points to sourcing online. So I'll kind of go through those and give you some tips and tricks. And then I'm gonna actually show you at the end a haul of 17 shirts that I sourced from one seller on Mercari to resell. So as far as sourcing online, you have the option of going to eBay, you can source on Mercari, Poshmark, and you can source on OfferUp, Let Go, you can source on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and I think and on Depop too. So there's probably other ones where you can source on ThreadUp, you can source on The RealReal. So there's lots of different websites where you can source. They all have some different special things about them. So I'll go through the ones where I kind of source, which are mostly Mercari and Poshmark. And so what I do is I'll have like a brand in mind or a certain band. So let's say I want to source some Harley Davidson is a common one I do. So I'll do is search on Poshmark Harley Davidson, and then I'll narrow the price down from low to high, and then basically I favorite all those items that I see and go through all the way up until the max price, which is usually around $10 per item is the max that I'll like. On Poshmark, you only have to pay shipping for the first item. So for what I do is try to find sellers who are selling multiple things that I want, and I'll like a bunch of their items, and then I'll make a bundle and make an offer. And a lot of times I'm making a big discounted offer, but when you're giving the seller such a high volume, a lot of times maybe it's just things they want to get rid of. You can offer 50% or sometimes less of the asking price of the bundle, and the buyers will often accept, or there will be some negotiating. On Mercari, it's a little different because a lot of the sellers are offering free shipping, or you have to pay a separate shipping charge for each item unless you message the buyer to make a custom bundle. So what I do on Mercari is I will buy individual items, like one item, and it'll be like $7 with free shipping. So my cost for that item would be just the $7 plus tax. And then on Poshmark, I might buy three tops for $8 each, or $6 each would probably be more likely around the price I'd want to pay. But then there's that $7 shipping, so you have to divide that into the cost of each item. So with the $7 each would be closer to $8 a piece if they were $6 each, $2 each for shipping. So those would cost me $8 each. So you have to factor that into when you're marking these items back up. And it's definitely not as cheap as sourcing in the thrift store, but you have to think about the convenience of the fact that it comes straight to your doorstep, and you never have to leave your house. You don't have to spend money on gas or the bus, and so the time spent getting them is usually less. It can get time intensive searching for this stuff, but it's well worth it if you ask me. And don't be afraid to like things that are a little more than you want to pay, and then you can either send offers to the buyer later, but a lot of the, or to the sell, you can send offers to the seller later, but a lot of times they're going to end up actually sending you offers. So for what actually happened with the big bundle of 17 shirts that I just bought, I liked a bunch of her Harley Davidson t-shirts, and then she messaged me saying she wanted to get rid of them fast and if I wanted to make a deal on them. So I messaged her on each listing that I liked to let her know which ones I wanted, and then she made me a custom bundle and offered $100. So I think around that brings the cost to around $6 or $7, but she also threw in 3 t-shirts. So I'll put the total up here. I haven't done the math yet, but I'll put the total here with the 20 items that I got, how much that came to, with $97 free shipping. So she offered 100 and then I counter offered 97 and she accepted. So the shipping did not cost me anything. So for $97, I'll put the total up here. I think that's around $5 or something. But you also want to utilize tools that are on the different selling platforms that will help you be on top of finding these newly listed items that are in the brands you're looking for. So on Poshmark, you can follow certain brands. I think you can follow up to 50, so be kind of choosy. I like to do more designer brands because those you can get the highest return on investment. So I follow a lot of different brands like Burberry, Dior, Prada, and then when there's new items, you get alerted on your home feed on Poshmark. And on eBay, you can do save searches, and on Mercari, you can do save searches. So it's very similar to following the brands. You just type in what you're looking for, and then you can save that search. And you can even filter the prices that you want to look in, and then you'll get alerted on your homepage and often by email if you sign up for their emails. That will let you know when new products come in, so you'll be the first one. And I can't say it enough, don't be afraid to make offers on the platforms where you can. Even on Depop, there's no offer button, but you can message to negotiate prices, and bundle is going to help you get the best prices. So a lot of times you end up, if a person has 5 t-shirts that you really, really, really want, and then they have 5 more t-shirts that you normally wouldn't pick up, but you think you could sell, and you might not make as much money on, but you can bundle. The more you bundle, the lower the price per item that they're going to be willing to give you. So for example, on this last one, I kept bundling and adding more items, and kind of a couple that aren't my normal usual style. There was a couple motorcycle tees that aren't like branded like Harley Davidson or anything like that, but I picked them up because they fit my general aesthetic of my shops, and I think I can make maybe $20 or so off them, whereas the other ones I can make more like $40 to $50 each. The biggest things are just constantly be searching and lowering or sorting by lowest price or sorting by just in to find the newest fresh things, and just be on top of the brands that you really want. I found a lot of cool things that way. I found a YSL shirt for $20, Burberry shirt for $20. I got a Versace shirt on Mercari the other day for $20. So yeah, definitely just the more time you spend doing it, the cooler stuff you're going to find. And it's definitely a good option if you live in the middle of nowhere, or there's not a lot of thrift stores near you, or if you're still under lockdown, then this is definitely going to be a good option for you. I will always keep thrifting as my number one way, but now that thrift stores are open, I think I'm going to focus more on just finding designer items online, because I don't find so many designer items in the thrifts. But one last thing is, make sure that before you buy, you really inspect the photos and read the descriptions. Make sure it's the right size, the sizing that you want. Like if it says size medium, make sure it's a size men's medium and not a kid's medium or a woman's medium. Make sure it's the right type of size. Make sure it's authentic. There's different ways you can tell. It's kind of hard online, but I would just suggest knowing what you're doing before you buy, especially a designer item. And then don't be afraid to message the buyer and ask questions about condition. Before I buy something that doesn't have a lot of photos or doesn't have a good description or doesn't really say anything about the condition on the listing, I will message the buyer and I say, any flaws or is there any damage to the item? And most of the time they'll respond and say no. And sometimes when you're buying these really cheap items for like $6 to $8 on Mercari or Poshmark or wherever, there will be little flaws that they don't disclose when you get them. And I tend to take the road of just accepting it and trying to find a way to either bleach dye it or make it distressed or find something I can do with it. If it's something really bad, like just a nice dress that you couldn't distress or do anything to make it wearable, then I would open a case. But typically what I do is just let it go. And if it's a stain I can get out or something I can repurpose, then I'll just do it myself and just give them 5 stars or give no rating, because ratings do affect people a lot. So we want to, pass that good karma around. No one wants a negative review on their shop. So yeah, with that being said, I think I covered pretty much everything that I wanted to tell you guys about sourcing online. One more thing is, let's say you went on Mercari and liked a bunch of t-shirts in a certain brand, we'll just say Nike, and you liked a bunch of Nike t-shirts in the hopes that you might get some good offers. So let's say a notification pops up on your phone and it says that you received a new offer for $7 for this t-shirt, and you're like, oh shoot, I can sell that for $29 or whatever, and then you go to accept it, but before you looked at the fine details, was that there was an $8 shipping charge or a $5 shipping charge, and you didn't account for that in the cost of your goods. So just be very careful that either it's free shipping or that you're counting the cost of the shipping into each item that you're getting. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my little haul for you guys of the items that I picked up all from one seller on Mercari. Again, the total for these items was $97, and it's 20 items total. So the first item is this bright orange, like construction worker orange Harley Davidson t-shirt, and it's got this camo logo, which is pretty unique, and on the back it is kind of like a patriotic sort of motif. So I'm going to make this one into a crop top. I've been doing a lot of the tie-dyes lately, but this one I'm going to leave the way it was. Priced it a little less. The next free t-shirt she sent was, I believe the brand is called Metal Militia. I don't know what it is. It's not something I would normally purchase to resell, but I also don't really love guns, so we'll see what I do with that one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just donate it. But there's another one here that was free, and this is some sort of cycle shop. It says Chaos Cycle on the back, Majestic, New York. So I'll definitely probably tie-dye this one because it's sort of boring, and list it around $35 or $30. Next is another random cycle t-shirt. This is the first one that I bought. Actually, it says Hooters. I don't exactly know what this is, but it kind of fits my aesthetic. So again, I'll probably bleach dye that one and list it around $30. Next is this long sleeve Harley Davidson graphic tee, and on the back is like another patriotic, like I think it's a bull or something like that. But it's from Austin, Texas, and I really like the long sleeve Harleys. So the graphic on this one you can't see very well, but I think once I bleach dye it, it'll really make the graphic pop a lot more. And next item is this Megadeth t-shirt. I'm not super familiar with this band. I know it's a band that my dad used to listen to back in like the 2000s, so I think they're just like heavy metal rock, but kind of like the aesthetic. So again, I was trying to bundle as many items as possible to make the cost per item as low as she would go. When people are trying to get rid of things, the more you help them get rid of, the better bulk discount you're gonna get usually. Here's probably one of my favorite pieces, is a long sleeve Harley t-shirt, and it's in really good condition. I haven't looked too close, but it's got a little hole there. When things have holes like these t-shirts, I usually will add more holes and call it distress. That's a style that a lot of people are looking for. But what I really like about this is the sleeve graphic. When these long sleeves have graphics on them, I find people just really like that, and it looks really cool in photos. And yeah, I think you just can get a little more for them. I usually price them a little higher, like 55 to 65, and I do accept offers. So seems like a lot of money, but I like to start high and accept offers down. I put a lot of effort into my photos, so yeah, and I customize them a lot usually too, so I think my prices are definitely fair. This one's from Chicago on the back. Another tee that is just like a biker sort of thing, but not Harley. It says Johnny's Southside, so I'll probably crop this one and maybe tie-dye it and sell it for 25 to 30. Another one that's like that, Angel's Chop Shop. Nothing on the back, so probably $25. Another Harley Davidson, just orange. Orange is a really common color with Harleys, and I definitely usually go more for the black ones or white, but like the orange too. San Diego. And when you're listing these t-shirts, make sure you mention the name of the city and the state, because a lot of times people are looking for either they're going on vacation or they live in that town and they want something to rep their city. So that can just help with the searchability of your items. Like I said, I think I'm going to tie-dye that one. And then next is this fun, I think this one is vintage. Let me look at the tag. Actually, it's not, but anyway, I thought it was cool because it's like Animal from the Muppets, and it says Animal Cycles. So not a Harley tee, but it has this really fun graphic of him riding a motorcycle on the back. So definitely I'll probably take pictures of this one on a model, and for the main photo I would put the back because that is the most interesting part. So definitely want to highlight that first in your main cover shot. Another Harley Davidson tee. This one I will probably just crop, no tie-dye on this one, I don't think. Light gray for some reason does not bleach dye very well, but okay, next is this Betty Boop. It's not an actual like Harley Davidson brand, but it says motorcycles born to boop, and it looks just like the Harley logo. But Betty Boop has a huge cult following, and especially she's on a lot of my motorcycle stuff. Like I recently sold a t-shirt that I tie-dyed that looks just like the one she's wearing on this. So if you see anything Betty Boop, pick it up, because it does, like I said, it has a huge cult following, and I feel like the Betty Boop kind of does well, especially on Depop. I see a lot of Betty Boop featured on their Explore page. Next is a kind of rusty orange Harley Skull tee. I will definitely crop that one and maybe tie-dye it. Okay, another Harley tee. On the back, it's got like an eagle, which is super common on Harley tees, different eagle motifs. Another plain gray Harley tee. Mile High Harley Davidson, Denver. Another black Harley Davidson tee. This one has a pocket. I'm thinking this one looks vintage. No, it's not, but it's probably close to. Jones Harley Davidson, Little Rock. I always like the ones with pigs and hogs on them for some reason. So definitely do like that one. And then one more Harley skull tee. Skulls are really common on them. I feel like I really like the skull ones because they're just kind of interesting and give kind of like a, kind of grungy sort of vibe. But yeah, so I'm guessing that this person either picks these up really cheap at a thrift store and they can afford to sell them for like $5 or $6 each, or maybe they had a husband who was really into motorcycle and wasn't anymore, or maybe they are pressed for cash. But for whatever reason, she had all these tees and she wanted to get rid of them fast. So she was willing to make a bundle with me. And like I said, she reached out to me, but you can always reach out to people to negotiate deals, and you might be surprised how low people will go. So just be aware of the total cost with shipping of most of these Harley tees. I will either crop or tie-dye or a combination of the two, and sell them mostly between $35 and $55 depending on the style and how much I customize and kind of the rarity of it. So I just finished filming that video, and I noticed that sitting on the bed in my workroom was this Harley tee. So I don't think anyone was counting. Noticed that there was only 19, but this would be the 20th item because totally forgot about this one. But since it's white, I'll be tie-dyeing it with color. I think red would look really cool because there's already some orange colors, so I think red will really look super cool with that. I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks in this video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you give me a big thumbs up and hit that like button. I'll be making a lot more thrifting and haul videos soon, so if you guys want more, stay tuned and hit the subscribe button, and have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.